Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Noah from Techno Buffalo. I'm here at BlackBerry DevCon Americas 2011 in San Francisco, the big BlackBerry developer conference. This morning, at the keynote, they introduced BBX, the next generation of BlackBerry smartphone platform, coming later. They previewed BlackBerry Playbook OS 2. The developer's beta is out today, which includes the runtime environment for Android apps. And, you know, a lot of BlackBerry stuff, a lot of interesting, the mood here, trying to get a handle on what is the future of BlackBerry. RIM seemed upbeat about it. Some of the developers I talked to were, some weren't. So I'm going to go to the master himself, Mr. CrackBerry, and get the scoop on, from the media perspective, what is going on with RIM.
Off the new bling for the show. This is the talk of DevCon 2011. It's actually only $14 from Home Depot.
This is the Playbook MC Hammer edition.
This is how you represent, right? When you're a BlackBerry fanboy.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say Flavor Flav, obviously, but we're in the Bay Area, so I went through the roots with MC Hammer. I don't know, who would it be from the Canadian hip hop hero?
I don't think we have that.
The Bob and Doug McKenzie edition.
Maybe.
Is that, yeah?
Maybe. Let's go drink a beer.
How'd you? No, is this a custom fabrication?
This is custom. I walked into Home Depot shortly before boarding the flight to fly to San Francisco. Found some gold chain, bent over, measured it. I said, cut it. Then we walked over to the hardware and put some screws through. And
they let you into the country with that?
And they did. Yeah,
wow.
I checked it though. I didn't take that in carry-on.
You're a smart man. You're a smart man. So Kevin, Mr. CrackBerry, if I may call you that, what do you think of today's proceedings?
Yeah, you had to go there first question, right?
No, let me step back. Tell us about your chains. No, wait. Tell us about your T-shirt.
T-shirt, homemade. So this is $20. So you can download the graphic if you want from CrackBerry, make your own T-shirt. But Rimpire's got to strike back. They're obviously not in the best place in the mobile space. There's other more envious positions to be in.
Can we use that as a segue, or do I need to throw you another softball before we?
Okay, no, let's go.
All right, let's go. So what do you mean by they're not in the best position, and how does today's news,
Well, okay, let's talk about the keynote. Your first question. All right. It's two media guys dodging questions. So I've been to every BlackBerry event since I got into this game in 07, and I would say this one potentially is the most important of them all, right? Because every month that goes by, RIM's still growing, but they're not growing as fast as the smartphone market, as the tablet market.
Right.
So things don't look good for them, right? From the media perspective, even from the financial perspective, it's not as good as it should be.
Right.
So I think high expectations were what everybody had hoped for. We all set for ourselves, and we're hoping for big announcements. And if you think last year, we saw the playbook, and it was huge. Last year, the excitement level here was ridiculous. And today it was kind of
giving out playbooks today.
They're giving out playbooks, and today was probably the least exciting of the BlackBerry presentations I've been to, and a little confusing. I mean, I gotta say, they announced a new name for a platform, but you can't really visualize it. I mean, when you say BBX platform is coming, this is the future.
Right.
I get it, but I saw a 3-letter logo. I didn't quite see. I don't know what that looks like, right? So it's just the Playbook OS, it's the QNX OS, it's going to be on phones, that's called BBX. I mean, I get that it's the new platform and everything, but from the consumer message on it is a little muddled, I think. And we saw a lot of games today, but, so we heard about a lot of stuff, but I think it's what we didn't hear about that I'm more curious on. Where's my native email on this? Obviously, the Playbook OS is what's coming to the phones, so as this develops, that's the future of what the phones will look like, too. And we still have a lot of questions there. It's interesting too because they put so much talk on BBX today, and it being the future, it makes you wonder about the state of BlackBerry OS, which they didn't really talk about. But that's where the 70 million subscribers currently are.
Right. So to go back for a second, so we were talking about how their year's been, and they're growing, but not as much. Stock market's down, blah blah. To recap, my best understanding is that they've lost significant market share in the U.S.
Yep.
The stock price is way down.
Yep.
But according to them, subscriber base is actually up 40 some odd, 44%, something like that. So where's that coming from?
International, for sure. So I think U.S. is definitely down, right? I mean, there's always going to be a loyal you know, and as you said before, right, RIM kills keyboards, and there's a market for keyboards that'll always be there. And BlackBerry's a communication tool. I don't think you'd argue with it being sort of the ultimate communication tool.
In the week, we were talking about this before, in the week recently that I spent using one as my primary device, I spent way less time on the web and way more time communicating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's always a market there, and I think RIM isn't going to lose that.
Right.
But the future they got to get to is this all-in-one device. Right. And I think internationally they're still growing. In the U.S., they're, you know, carriers push it too, right? You don't see carriers pushing BlackBerry, therefore you're not seeing a whole lot of BlackBerry sales outside of the core communicators.
Base, right.
So the question is, you know, is there still decline to be had in the U.S.?
Right.
And I would argue, I think it's a lot of the people who are going to leave BlackBerry or not buy, that's there, right? So it's really RIM's game to win now in the next year in the U.S. And if they can keep growing internationally, you know, it buys them time. But how much time, right? They need to move fast. And I think that's the big thing today. We want to see stuff get delivered. We didn't see it get delivered today.
Right. We didn't see devices. We didn't actually see BBX. We did.
Maybe Playbook 2.0. That's BBX, I think.
So Playbook 2.0, they're giving out a beta version to developers, and basically my understanding is it's basically the same as Playbook 1, but it has the Android runtime environment.
Android runtime. It got some home screen UI changes. You know, some stuff like that. It doesn't have native email, this developer version yet, but I think by the time it launches officially,
it's going to be quite different. Yeah.
So it'll be
So what about the Android environment? Not a surprise that they launched it, but you know, is that as big of a deal as it?
You know what? I really got the impression today that, you know, when RIM made that decision back, when was that? Prior to the launch of, I think they made the announcement prior to the Playbook actually being released.
Right.
You know, what, March last year or very early April last year. I almost got the impression that since then, RIM's commitment to that is maybe not what it once was. I think maybe that was like a really great idea at the time. There's been a lot of personnel changes at that company.
Yeah.
Today I almost got the feeling that's really just because they announced it,
they
have
had
to do it.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling if they could, they would just make that disappear.
They talked a lot about Cascades. They talked a lot about the native SDK.
RIM wants to make it on their own. Yeah. They want to build up really kick-butt developer tools.
All right.
And
so here's where I put you on the spot for a second. And we can go back to dodging, but
I like dodging.
Are they on the right? Is that the right path for them?
I don't know. At this stage in the game, it's interesting. You know, if you went back 2 years, I would say look what Amazon just did with the Kindle Fire. RIM could have done that, and they could have put in their own security layer. They could have put in BBM and made such a differentiated Android play that it would crush. Nobody would buy a Samsung or HTC Android device when you could have bought the BlackBerry one, which had so many more value-added features. They didn't do that, so now I don't think it would make sense to do it now, going all the way back there. So now their option is to fight for it on their own, at least for a while, I think, and try to make it.
Sum up today, and I don't know. You can choose 1 word, 5 words, less than 10 words.
Still optimistic, hoping for more. Still BlackBerry fanboy #1. Ooh, blew it.
Yeah, you did. No, you did. Okay. It was 10. That was 10. Awesome. Kevin, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
The site?
It's CrackBerry.com.
It's CrackBerry.com.
Check it out.
The Rimpire will strike back.
Yeah, I can turn on. Hey, wait. Let me pull this up quick. You got to see this app. So this is, you know, passionate developers on the platform. Building apps here, and they build CrackBerry right into the app. I didn't even ask them for this. And now I can really represent.
That's nice.
It's not bad.
Wow.
Good dealio.
Let's get the full...
BlackBerry kickstand. I'd like to introduce some of our team with us here. We got Adam Zeiss, the inventor of the BlackBerry kickstand.
BlackBerry kickstand.
Very nice.
Do you know what that is?
No.
You use the Bull 9900, right?
That's the one that I used, yep.
So,
you can do it right here.
Okay, so check this out. Turns out it comes with a built-in kickstand. Oh.
Is it going to work?
Yeah. Maybe not on this box. No, this box is really
You can't even use it because I invented it.
There you go. Nobody knew. BlackBerry kickstand.
You guys are some kind of crazy genius.
Crazy genius.
Just one, though. Between the two of you, I think you get one crazy genius to work together. You get it. You get the crazy, you get the genius. Awesome. Adam, Kevin from CrackBerry.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Noah.
Thanks. You're going to fit right in our fair city here in San Francisco.
Thanks for the hospitality.